this video, you will learn how to protect your livestock from diseases and pests with effective strategies from veterinary doctors. There are different types of veterinarians who diagnose and treat animal health problems. They also provide preventive care and advice on housing and general health management.
There are different ways in which diseases can be prevented in animals. Number one is without even using medication or drugs. It is being called biosecurity. Biosecurity is a way by which individuals or farm owners or farmers can prevent or improve the immunity and hygiene of their farm. There are a wide range of feed ingredients that could be added to animal feed that by the time they eat such feed, it will boost their immunity to resist diseases, to withstand diseases, and the use of antibiotics will be minimal in the farm, because it is well known that the excessive usage of antibiotics even have adverse implications on human that consumes the feed or that consume the animals. So another way they can prevent or improve the hygiene of the animal is to construct a food dip or a foot bath. For every individual that is coming into a pen house or to a farm to either buy animals or to have a visit or to buy the animal produce from the farm. For example, a poultry farmer, there are a wide range of vehicles coming in to pack egg away from the farm on a daily basis. There will be a food dip that will be constructed at the entrance of the farm, at the gate house, whereby all vehicles that are coming into the farm, they will pass through that food dip. The food dip is constructed in such a way that a little portion that a tire of the vehicle will pass through, a little portion will be cemented, a strong disinfectant will be applied to the dip. So any vehicle or that comes through, or bicycle or bike that wants to enter the farm, needs to pass through that water, and it will disinfect their tires, their vehicles automatically, because those vehicles too goes to other farms to pick eggs, to pick other animals or other farm inputs from those farms. And different farms has different diseases that is associated or peculiar to them. So they can easily be a carrier or transfer it to any other farms that they enter. But by doing that, it will suppress and minimize the rate at which diseases, infection can be transferred to other farmers. And for the farm attendants working in the pen, the same food dip will be constructed. By the time he's entering to the pen every day or every minute, it will disinfect, it will put his slippers or whatever safety boots he's putting on. It will put it inside the food dip before it have access into the farm. Then you could prevent birds from entering into your pen house. For example, if you're a poultry farmer, you don't allow birds, because they're a carrier, very strong carrier that could easily even introduce bird flu into your farm. You make sure that your farm, your pen is wired net, like birds will not be able to have access into your farm. They will not be able to have access to your feeding trough, to the tray where your birds eat from. So they won't be able to contaminate or introduce diseases or infection to your farm. Example, for a pig farmer, you need to do your own biosecurity as well. Like, you don't allow, for those people that are in a cluster, in a piggery environment, whereby you have a lot of pig farmers around you, a cluster where 20, 50, 100 of farmers, they are clustered in an environment. You don't allow the attendants that work in another pen must not enter your own farm. The same clothes they use in working, or the same safety boots they use in working in another farm, You don't allow them to bring it to your farm. You don't share their broom that they use to wash or clean their own pen. You don't bring it into your own farm. Even the attendant itself, even the owner of the pen that visited his own farm, you must not allow such person to come into your farm. By peradventure, by chance, farmer, you want to exchange ideas, you want to talk, you can meet outside the pen, share ideas, share innovations, but you don't allow strangers who doesn't work in your farm or in your pen to have access to your pen.
The service of veterinary doctors cannot be overemphasized. Veterinary doctors caution farmers on the use of drugs for livestock.
Drug abuse, I would say, a lot of farmers uses that majorly. A lot of farmers. Let me use poultry for an example. There are a lot of farmers that will go into a poultry, they will go into a nursery and get a day-old chicks. Day-old chicks is a new bird that has just been hatched, a day-old. But for the fact that they've been doing this over the last 20 years, you see farmers using the same vaccination routes that they've been used over the years. They will continue with the same trend because they've done it with this set of birds, they've done it with this set of birds. They will continue using that same vaccination guideline for their pen. There are something that is called day-old screening. If you get a bird newly, you take few portion randomly, you pick like 10-20 pieces of it, you take it to a lab. There's something called day-old screening. It will be run on the birds, after which a vaccination guideline will be given to you on how to medicate and vaccinate the animals correctly. But most farmers doesn't do that. What they do is, they know they give antibiotics, they know they give maybe glucose for the first days, they know they give lasota, they know they give gomboro. So you see farmers carrying all these things and adding it together and be giving the animal. And you see them complaining, running to a veterinary, they're having issue of one or the other. 2 days ago, a farmer came to my office and the bird was around 12 weeks of age. And there is a certain vaccination that ought to have been done to the birds at 7 weeks. This bird is 12 weeks. They've not done it because somebody already told him there's a way you need to do it. Just give antibiotics, give lasota, give gomboro, your animals will be fine. It doesn't work that way. A lot of farmers abuse these drugs. They even use drugs excessively when they are meant to even administer multivitamin alone, maybe just anti-stress. They give antibiotics. Anything that happens, antibiotics. Anything that happens, antibiotics. It doesn't work that way. You need to consult a veterinary doctor, or you need to have a veterinary doctor working with you in your farm. They are the guides to whatever thing that is happening in your farm. Animals can't speak. They can't tell you how they feel. They can't tell you I'm having a headache. But they know if whatever thing that they see, they treat symptomatically based on the symptoms, based on whatever observation they see, based on the history you're able to give them. They'll be able to provide solution for you. And there's need for them to run an analysis for you to know what is happening to your animal. They run it. I beg you farmers, stop administering antibiotics excessively because it has adverse effect on we humans that consume such products.
The misuse of drug harms both animals and human beings.
What farmers do majorly, which is killing the society, is you see a farmer that just administer medications or vaccination or drugs to the animal, let's say yesterday, because the animal was sick. The same animal will be transported to the market the following day to be slaughtered because they don't want to lose that animal. They don't want to lose the money. However, the medication that was administered to such animal, the higher percentage of it is still in the bloodstream. It has not been utilized. It has not been digested, if it has not been utilized by the animal. Whenever such animal is being slaughtered, the same drugs that that animal took will go into the bloodstream of any human being that consumes such animal. And it is known that animals that have been medicated are meant to still stay for like 20-21 days, even a month, before such animal is being slaughtered, so that a higher degree of such drugs in the bloodstream will have been utilized and will not be transferred to any human that consumes such meat. So we employ OU farmer to rather you can even place your animals on water. If you want to, your animal is ready to be slaughtered or transferred to the market for sale, 2-3 weeks prior to that, stop administering medications, vaccinations to your animal. Just place them on ordinary water so that to be safe for you, for me. Even me can even be a partaker of the meat, because anybody can buy such meat and eat, and it could lead to any form of diseases in human, as cancer, to as a lot of diseases that could lead to that.
So veterinary doctors have advised farmers to seek the service of professional instead of complicating issue.
Veterinary services is not expensive as farmers say it to be. They believe going to a veterinary doctor will take even a huge amount of money from them, thereby making it unaffordable for them, making it too expensive for them to afford. But it's not so. Even with a little amount of money, you can go to a veterinary doctor. For example, I gave an example earlier. I made mention of day-old chicks, that if you want to do day-old screening, you're a farmer, you have 10,000 birds, or you even have 500 laying birds. Do you know, even with 200 laying birds, can feed a family of a father, a mother with 2 children conveniently with 200 laying birds. But you are practicing such thing and there is no veterinary doctor that guides you. You won't be able to maximize your profit. Your profit margin will be minimal, because when you took that bird, I made mention of day-old screening, that you should take maybe 10 birds at random to take it to a lab. A vaccination medication program will be given unto you. It will give you a guidelines on how to go, on how to medicate your animal. As a result of that, you will have barely minimum mortality in your farm, and if the mortality level is low, definitely your profit margin will be high. If you could be having 85-95% production in your farm, with 200 birds, you will do excellently well, compared to you having even 500, 1,000, 10,000 birds. So by consulting a veterinary doctor, you will be able to maximize your profit. The losses you incur in your farm will be minimal, because you will do things right the way it should be done. Veterinary services is not expensive at all, but rather they guide you, they protect you, they guide your farm. It minimize the losses you incur in your pen. With less than 10,000-15,000 naira, you can do the screen that I mentioned earlier, and you have a wide range of medication charts that will last you until your bird will start laying, and with that you will be fine.
You can ensure health and well-being of your livestock while also protecting your farm's productivities. Prevention is key when it comes to keeping diseases and pests away from animals. Thanks, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more valuable content.